Dave Canales made a pretty bold statement at the owners meeting when he had a sit down with the media, and he talked about just the offseason escapades and all the rumors of the Carolina Panthers being connected to potentially trading for a wide receiver one, whether it was Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins, or even DK Metcalf, who he was asked about specifically. And the way he answered, he pretty much said, yeah, it would be intriguing to get DK Metcalf, but I think we have our guy, and that guy is Xavier Legette. Yes, rookie wide receiver Xavier Legette, who was the first round draft pick. That's a pretty strong endorsement for him. Now, of course, it's coach's speak. He's supposed to say that, but I think it puts a lot of pressure on a guy who has not been the most fan favorite because of the drops that happened his rookie year. And the thing about Xavier Legette, we knew he was going to be a project coming out, even though he was a 4 or 5 year college player who with one major year of production. And even Dave Canales said he had a long way to go. But seeing him drop so many passes in inopportune times was just mind numbing for fans. Just look back to the Eagles game, and I know this sticks out to the most because when you do things like that on the biggest stage, it hurts. Because the Panthers, imagine the lowly Panthers who's sitting at number 8 in the draft order, goes on the road. And if Xavier Legette catches that, they potentially go up with 30, 45 seconds left in the game against the Super Bowl champs, with potentially winning the game. The Super Bowl champs losing to the Carolina Panthers. Now, it may not mean anything in the grand scheme, and it may just be a quote-unquote moral victory, but it feels a lot better to say we beat the Super Bowl champs on the road than we almost beat the Super Bowl champs on the road. For a rookie head coach like Dave Canales, who's trying to establish himself, and of course Bryce Young, who's on this redemption arc, putting together a game-winning drive and doing that in your first season together would have been a huge statement to not only the fan base but to the NFL overall. So when you drop passes, it can affect people's legacies. Legette had a total of 8 drops on the year, man, and some of them just seemed like routine passes. Some of them were more miraculous and dramatic catches, like that Eagles opportunity. But regardless, even when he caught passes, it felt like he let too many of them get to his body. He cradled too many of them instead of just using his hands and plucking them out of the air. If you're going to be a wide receiver one, you have to be able to be dependent on to make those plays for the quarterback when the ball comes your way. You're needing to be able to win the route and get open against the best corners in the league, but you also have to complete the play and complete the catch to really prove yourself. And that's just something that Xavier Legette struggled with. He was beat up during the year as well, so there is a reason for some hiccups there. But with a surgically repaired foot and plenty of all-season time to get that wrist right, he should bounce back with a major year. I know a lot of fans are a little bit skeptical because every other day it feels like he goes viral for what he's doing as a cowboy and riding horses and stuff, but we barely see him working out. But just believe he's behind the scenes putting in work. We've also seen him working with Jalen Coker, and I think that's also what put him into a bad light with some fans, because undrafted free agent Jalen Coker kind of came out of nowhere, man. It's kind of really miraculous for the Carolina Panthers to find a gem like this. Really shows a ton of potential, and he didn't have that many opportunities this year as a rookie. I mean, because first year when he's starting off, he actually was cut from the team, then brought back to the 53-man roster. He wasn't fully in the rotation early on because of Jonathan Mingo, and then he also ended up getting hurt. So for him to go through all that and to only have 20 less yards than your first round draft pick, and the comparisons are going to start to happen. I think that two legends can coexist, like J. Cole say, but that's just the comparison game that's going to happen with fans when you're the first round draft pick and you're not living up to expectations. Other side of it is a lot of stuff that we were sold on about Xavier Legette just really didn't come to fruition. In terms of yards after catch, it just wasn't really there, and he was supposed to boost that part of this offense. Once again, the Carolina Panthers were last in the league in yards after catch per reception, so there wasn't really a boost there, and we just really never saw a ton of opportunity for him to shake loose and make things happen. The downside is we were sold that, hey, he had trouble getting off of press and he couldn't create separation. But those are two areas where I thought he improved in tremendously and didn't really show any issues. He's not some masterful route runner just because he runs very crazy. He doesn't really run smoothly under control, but he really showed that he's using his strength down the field to create opportunities for himself. Again, it comes back to the drops. He didn't really show drops in college, but it's been a problem and it's going to be a problem. If he doesn't fix that, you cannot be a wide receiver one. But like again, I want to look at some of the tape and see what he showed that gives me some promise that, okay, hey, this guy maybe can be something. All right, here he is at the bottom of the screen. This is going to be one of his early touchdowns. He had a really tear hitting the back corner, throws it up for him. Going up, this is what you wanted to see. This is what we were sold on, him going up vertically, being that red zone factor. This is just a corner to the back pylon. Andy Dalton gives him a chance. goes up, elevates forward, man, and makes the play. You got to love this type for him. He didn't really catch it as clean, but when he uses those hands and goes up forward, man, that's what we want to see. Squeezing the ball at the top of the route and just making something happen. Here it is right before halftime. This is a big time throw too by Andy Dalton. But look, elevating over the defender's hands, going up, catching it vertically. He did catch it clean. My bad. I didn't give him enough credit. But going up for it, man, it's beautiful. You see a rookie make a play like that. Same game. Let's fast forward to a third down. This is 3rd and 6, man. This is the money down. If you're a wide receiver one, this is the time where you're going to be getting the looks coming your way. He's going to run this post route. And as soon as he comes off of the break, the ball is on his way. He does let this one get into his body, but makes a strong catch through contact and makes things happen, man. Big time catch by Xavier Legette coming up on 3rd down, the money down. But again, just a solid route showing that break, creating enough space, knowing the windows that the ball is coming through, just lets it get into his body even though it's behind him, but he still squeezes it and is able to make a play. Here's 2nd and 7 is going to be at the bottom of the screen, singled up with press coverage, another end breaker, but watch him get off this jam here. It's going to be what we talked about. Look, gives him a little foot fire, but takes a step inside to get that inside position. Let's go back a little bit just to show what he did. Boom, gets that position, uses that big body to stiff arm a little bit and give a little chicken wing to create separation. The ball's right on him. Again, letting it get into his body though, but still a big time catch on 2nd down to move the sticks and get a 1st down, gain of 17. Let's watch it from the back end to see how he comes across, and the ball, as like I said, it gets into his body, but he's able to make this and come up with the play. Boom, create that space. He's cradling it. He's not sticking those arms out, but it still gets in there anyway. We want to see him stick the ball out and pluck the ball out of the air. If you don't let it get into your body, you don't allow the defender to play through you and get the ball out. This time he's going to be singled up at the top of the screen. This is the wide receiver one opportunity. Now that Deontay Johnson is gone, you're going to get the best corner. When you're playing in that short end of the field, the boundary is what it called, the short side of the field, because we're on the left hash, you're going to typically get teams' best corner. It's where J.C. Horn plays, and this is where Pat Surtain plays. Again, jam and press coverage. Watch him win on the release to get inside position. Doesn't create a ton of separation, but Bryce has confidence in him, puts it up high on the back shoulder, sticks it to him, catches with the body again, but he's able to be strong at the catch point and make something happen on 3rd down, big, coming up big on 3rd and goal again. Let's just watch it from this back angle with Bryce. He looks to the right to give himself a window, puts it back there. It's a little bit off target, but he had to throw it backwards behind him because of the defender. He's able to be strong at the catch point, not let Surtain interfere with it. Good job by Xavier Legette. And this is a little bit of garbage time, but this is some of the downfield stuff that we really wanted to see between him and Bryce. He's going to run up and run that deep out/corner route. Going to go up and elevate on 2 defenders. Bryce showing some confidence in him, throwing that ball up, a little 50-50 ball for him into coverage, just having faith in him. Bryce getting destroyed as he throws it up, but Legette's down there somewhere. That's the type of plays we want to see him do. Just use that big body to out-muscle these guys down the field, getting around that corner, elevating forward, man. Good job by him to go up for using the hands. This is what we want to see. You show the flashes. You have to be consistent. You may show flashes, but now show you can consistently have that. It shouldn't be flashes. If you're making consistently making plays, it ain't flashes no more. Look at that. Look at the elevation here to go up forward. Defenders can't play up there with them, similar to what we saw in the red zone prior. Again, this is garbage time, so this is against some backups, but it still counts on the stat sheet. Again, here's an opportunity in press coverage here at the bottom of the screen against Jamel Dean, a pretty good corner. He's going to win on the line of scrimmage with the release as well to get position on the outside on the release, even on the outbreaking route, but uses that strength to separate at the top, makes him miss and gets a few more yards. I want to see him be a little bit more aggressive in the yards at their catch space, but this route was good. Look at that release. Boom. Sets him up outside, gets him leaning. It allows him to get inside on him. He gets that inside position. He knows he has time because Bryce has play action. He throws the guy through and goes an arm over to create separation, draws the flag and creates 2 to 3. Look at all that space he gets when he catches the pass. Look, easy, able to make a guy miss, get north and south from there in my opinion, but regardless, great play to move the sticks. If you're squeamish, don't look at this. Again, this is that Eagles game. The worst part about it is he ran this route perfectly. He really beat one of the best corners in the game in Darius Slay here at the bottom of the screen. Ran the route to set him up, gave him that shimmy at the top and left him reaching. Look at that. Left him reaching, the ball's in the air. Tries to make the adjustment, but he can't. I still makes me sick watching this. The top of the route was just beautiful. Look at this. Boom. He had him opening up his hips. He had Darius Slay opening up his hips and gave him the outside foot right there, jabbing it into the ground to go back inside. Left him lunging wide open, creates plenty of separation over the top. man, you did the hard work, man, getting open. Now just catch the ball, man. Unfortunately, he didn't, and this, you guys know how this one ended, but this just shows the flash that he has. He just has to really put things together. A big step for him is going to be between him and Bryce Young, just getting on the same page, man. This one here was really a tough one against the Bucs in a game where our defense really got dominated. We had an opportunity downfield with Bryce on a scramble drill. He hits the top, tries to get out of the pocket, goes down the field. Xavier Legette kind of just misreads the ball in the air, and it felt like he could have got there, but he just didn't. I don't know, man. This is just weird to me. But him and Bryce getting on the same page was a lot of plays between everybody, but just mainly in the scramble drill, man. There's plays to be had between the two of them that they just really couldn't be on the same page at all, and you get misses like this. Again, getting off of press for him was a knock coming out of college, but he showed improvement. Look at him at the top of the screen here, facing single press coverage. Again, when you're that single receiver to the short side of the field, that's wide receiver one territory. That's the type of X receiver that you're going to be in a boundary, typically getting the better corners in the league. So watch what he does here, gets that inside release, and look, he gets a step or two on the guy and fades to the outside, tries to run through it, severely underthrown, so that's not really his fault. But you can see before he looks back, he has a whole yard on the guy. That's wide open. Not wide open, but that's open in the NFL. Gets underthrown, unfortunately. So it's just about him and Bryce getting on the same page. I know the pressure was crazy on Bryce, so this was a tough fadeaway throw for him, but it was a big time miss here. But I still love the way that he was able to win versus press coverage. Like I said, fight through the contact and get down the field and win. But it just doesn't happen for him. But let's end this on a good note, man. This is one of the third down and biggest third downs of the season, man. You can see him at the bottom, kind of gets beats up in the press, but sees Bryce scrambling around, keeps drifting to the sideline, and still there, comes up big. Concentration is great because it really easily could have been tipped by Darius Slay, but it's just over the hands thanks to Bryce. He makes one guy miss. I want to see him, like I said, stop getting cute and dancing. Just get upfield, man. Use that speed. You're not shifty. You're a little bit faster than that. But you just love the clutch ability right here to come up with the catch. Does catch it with his body, which is fine in my opinion in this instance. But make the catch, secure it, be sure that you have it. Does that, gets upfield, make things happen, man. I think the potential is there, man. I see the potential is there. I definitely still want more to this room. I would have loved another alpha dog wide receiver, whether it was wide receiver one, adding Ted McMillan or a vet. But now just give me a variety of skill sets. Give me a guy that's a lot better in yak than Xavier Legette. Now that we know more so of what he is, some of that hasn't really translated yet. Give me a speed guy like that. Give me a true deep threat that can just really take the top off of the defense on any given play. And that's going to open things up for Legette and Coker all around. But you guys let me know down below in the comments how you felt about some of these plays. Do you think Xavier Legette has the potential to be a wide receiver one? I want to get you guys' thoughts. I know you guys have strong opinion on him. Let me know how you feel down below. Without further ado, please hit the subscribe button. I'm Aaron Duncan signing off. I'll see you next time.